Back again, fuck the stats. I'm Munners, this is Tim. It's day 5. It's been a day for England fans. We are currently, at the moment, we're in Leicester. We are at the Leicester City Cricket Academy. We've been invited up here to film some content, not just with Buffalo cricket, but also to do some stuff of our own. And with Carl Crowe, spin coach to the Stars, Sunil Narayan, to name but one, Matt Parkinson to name another.
And now Munners.
And now me. And let me tell you, I am a natural off spinner. I can't wait to show you that. Also, Tim, do you want to talk us through the Buffalo challenge you did earlier as well?
Yeah, I'm not feeling great at the minute.
Yeah.
I feel terrible.
It's a bit rouged, isn't it, the area?
I currently have an incredibly red.
Let me set this up first. So.
The challenge was I had to face a ball from 60 mile an hour up to 90 mile an hour, going up 1 mile an hour each time. We got to about, 85 mile an hour, and this dickhead here started playing around with the line. And twice he clocked me in the nether region, and I feel horrific. And he's made me come on here the day England have got done by Ireland. And I feel terrible. I don't feel good at all.
Well, there you go. I'm sure we'll get some energy as we go on in the podcast. You'll fire up a bit, won't you?
We'll see.
Let's get down to business, Tim. Come on. Be fine. He's very red. So first things first, it's unavoidable, isn't it? We're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think, we're going to have to eat the frog, aren't we? We're going to have to take it on. We
lost to Ireland today. And let me tell you something about the conditions and the setup of this game. We were essentially playing in Donegal away. It was miserable and raining, overcast. Ireland brought an army of medium pacers. They might have had 8 in the team. I just don't know. I can't tell. And they just bowled that perfect little wobble. The MCG is too large to be able to hit boundaries when people are bowling that slow. It's not proper cricket.
Is it not the perfect tactic for MCG cricket though?
No. Ireland killed the game. They are killing cricket. And if anything, that game should have been restarted as soon as we realised that Ireland were going to score any more than 120.
Yeah, and bowl 6 medium pacers.
Yeah, well, because it shouldn't be allowed. And look, as soon as they bowled a spinner, Moeen Ali started to win the game. And he was 1 ball away from winning the game.
Yeah, but we didn't deserve it, did we? We were probably outplayed. In fact, we were definitely outplayed from start to finish. We let them get too many runs. We never really looked like we were in that run chase. Every time, the only sort of glimmer of hope was we might do something special. And I do genuinely believe that Moeen Ali and Livingston and Curran and Wokes could do something special. But we were never in control of that game. I think it would have been an injustice had Moeen Ali hit the next ball for 6 and then we'd come off. I think Ireland dominated the game and deserved to win. Yeah, well, look, Duckworth-Lewis Duckworth-Lewis, Smith, Klein, Saxo, Bearings, or whatever it is now called, take a long, hard look at yourself, because you should be accounting for the fact that which side is actually trying to play entertaining cricket. Sorry, do we change up? Do we change up England's side ahead of the Australia game? Do
we change the England side? I don't think so, no. I think we're fine. I think the only other thought would be to bring Willie in. But no, I genuinely think it's fine. And actually, when we're playing against a side like Australia, it's a completely different matchup. That was the perfect matchup in the perfect conditions on the perfect day for Ireland. Must have been picking some 4-leaf clovers in the morning.
So you're not hitting panic?
No.
I don't know. I feel like we might need to change something up. Afghanistan was not convincing for me, and obviously Ireland wasn't convincing either.
What would you change?
I would probably... I'd go Salt instead of Hales. And then I would bring in another seamer. Probably going to bring in... I like Willie because he swings it, but I think Mills and Jordan probably offer a bit more stability later on. But I think you've got to change it up. We can't go into the next game with the same team.
We will.
I know we will.
MCG on Friday against some small country called Australia.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. And well, sadly, Tim, the second game was a washout today, so we're going to have to keep going on about the England-Ireland
Do we
game.
really have to talk about England-Ireland?
We have to carry on talking
Why
about
do we have
England-Ireland.
to talk about England-Ireland?
Next important point to mention is that like I was saying, Duckworth Lewis, had the game been allowed to go on longer, then England would have won the game. England were going to win that game. The point is England have a stacked batting lineup down to 8 or 9 because that's how you beat sides like Ireland, because you've got depth in your batting. And they were going to, and as Ravi Bapari said on the radio coverage, Ireland were going to make some mistakes as we went deeper into this game.
Yeah.
And they did start to make mistakes. They started dropping catches. They bowled a spinner at the wrong time. England were going to win that game of cricket.
I disagree with you. I think England's chances of winning that game were relatively slim. Yes, there was still a chance. Yes, we could have done something absolutely superb, but there was still an awful lot of work to be done to win it. So at the time we came off, I think it was fair. Ireland outdid us. We got done by the rain. Like you said, the conditions suited Ireland. But is it really an upset? Ireland beat us quite a lot. They're quite good at cricket.
Well, this is the next point we're going to get to.
Oh, sorry, have I jumped the gun?
No, not at all. I think that was a lovely segue, if anything.
We actually did our job.
At least we're going to, I think, mash together a couple of points here. Firstly, that you don't want to win all the games at your tournament. No one ever wins all the games at the tournament.
You've got to time your run.
You've got to time your run. And I'm pretty sure that's what our Aussie friends were saying after that hammering against New Zealand last week.
Well, we saw it from the Australians in the last World Cup.
Yeah. They never looked like a good side, and they won it.
And then they just timed their run. They kept winning ugly, and they did it.
Yeah.
So, not in panic. But I'm changing the team.
Not in the panic, but and yeah, look, I'm pretty sure when we won it last time around, we lost the first game to the West Indies, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And obviously the 2019 World Cup, we lost to Sri Lanka, Pakistan, yeah. And so not hit in panic. Everyone's in pretty similar boat. I think everyone's won one game. The Kiwis and Afghanistan have had a washout. Well, Afghanistan haven't won a game, but they're on the board. So it's a tight group,
Yeah.
Something daft is going to happen in that group. And I, for one, can't wait.
Well, yeah, realistically, we're going to lose one of England, Australia or New Zealand. Well, we have to.
Yeah, but could you imagine if, like, Ireland sneak into the semi? Like Kenya. 2003.
Yeah.
Didn't they get to the semi?
Yeah, I think so.
So...
You just never know. You get on a run, boys. You just never know what might happen.
That'd be fun. Who would you back out of the... Because obviously everyone's talking about England, New Zealand and Australia, or one of those is going to go. But what about the other three? Who would you back out of that three to just sneak in there?
It's probably Ireland at this point, isn't it?
Are you going Ireland?
Well, yeah. They look the better side. They look a better side than Afghanistan. Although Afghanistan... but it's again, because it's not conducive to... Afghanistan spinners, and if you're thinking that what it looks like is Australia going to carry on with this miserable summer that they're intending on having to ruin everyone's major tournament, then Ireland are the team, and Sterlo hasn't even done it yet, and he will.
Yeah, I know. I know I took the mick out of the ball swinging yesterday, but it's quite interesting, isn't it? Like the complexion of all the games is completely different to what we expect T20 in Australia to be, with like a hit and giggle 200 plays 200. When in actual fact, like the power plays are in the bowler's favour for the first time I know in T20 cricket. It's quite interesting to see how teams are trying to combat that. So maybe there is a spot for David Willey, Mr. Swing. Get your swingers in.
He does swing it. And so last point, and this again is a segue from a segue that you set up, Tim, is that we always lose to Ireland. It's old news, really, isn't it? They're not a boat. I mean, they're not. It's not an upset if they're a bogey team.
Also, I think maybe what other nations who play cricket don't quite understand with us, and without being a bit rude to all of them, they're only really good at one international sport. Having grown up an England football fan in the noughties and through the early 10s, is that a thing? 2010s. I am completely used to disappointment. I do not care.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't hurt, Tim, because it hurts.
I'm pretending. I'm trying to be macho and pretending it doesn't hurt whatsoever. I'm not bothered. I've moved on already.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't hurt because it hurts. I love watching this England white ball team, and part of the reason is because for the first time in a long time of being a long-suffering England fan, they gave us all hope and they made us think that we were fantastic.
Yes.
And yet...
What?
I'm so upset.
Oh, right. And for those listening, he's just whacked a water bottle at my hand.
And yet, today, yet again, they let us down.
But I trust them.
I do trust
them to come back.
Yeah.
They're a seriously good bunch of cricketers. They had bloody good blokes as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to come back. They absolutely are. Do you know what? I'm just going to go on a bit of a side note. Listening to the radio on the way up here, couldn't get Sky Go working on my phone. So listening up, I really enjoyed ABC's commentary. And I particularly enjoyed how their music is Kid Cudi. Is it Kid Cudi Day and Night?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got Jonathan Agnew.
Yeah, exactly. He cuts in after Kid Cudi. It's like if he did a 9 o'clock slot on Radio 1.
Yeah. Wake Up with Aggers on Capital. Come on. Everyone's favourite segment.
Everyone's favourite segment. Get in the bin. To finish up today, again, because it was the only game that happened today, and it's really the only thing that's dominating my thought. But remember, Ireland, you didn't play a proper game because you were bowling medium pacers. It was rain affected. Duckworth-Lewis got their calculations wrong.
They got the calculations wrong, didn't they?
England were probably 20 runs ahead.
Let's just pause on that. How did they get their calculations wrong?
Well, the computer must have been broke or something.
Must have been.
It's probably because an Australian's running it.
Got hacked.
So Duckworth-Lewis got it wrong. Conditions were ridiculous. It was like we were in Donegal. I've already said that, but I'm going to reiterate the point. And
is that the only Irish city you know?
No, Dublin.
Yeah.
Cork. I won't say any others just in case I get it wrong and get myself in trouble. And it means nothing in the big context of things because we're going to thrash Australia on Friday. And if anything, it just makes it so much more funnier when we rock up to a full MCG on Friday. Again, well done to Australia for filling out that stadium today. Really showed your support for cricket. When we rock up and all of a sudden it's a big hullabaloo and the hyperbole that surrounds Australian cricket again, and we absolutely thump you on Friday. It's going to be fantastic and all the better. And at that point, Ireland can comfortably say they are better than Australia at cricket. But to get back to get in the bin. Anyone today who claims Irish heritage, which is later than a parent, just so you can celebrate this Irish win, no, it's not for you. It's for long-suffering Irish cricket fans, and we've got some of them who follow us on TikTok.
Joe Rootbeer,
huge Irish cricket fan. So even some people slid into the DMs today to say, come over to Ireland, we'll accept you. Because I did put it out there. I asked if I could be Irish.
Do you have any Irish heritage?
Well, that's the thing. I'm having a go at myself here because I had an Irish grandparent.
Oh, really?
But I can't claim that heritage today because this isn't for me. This is for you, Irish cricket fans. All 17 of you. So, that's just about...
I thought you were going to say something really nice about Irish cricket fans, and you dropped that in and just insulted every one of them.
Well, they're die-hard, all of them.
All 17?
All 17 of them.
Do you know the first names?
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. That's going to get me in so much trouble.
You imagine.
Even with my 1/8 Irish heritage. Thanks for listening. If you can't see the video, we are currently in a shop surrounded by little mannequins. That's going to sound really odd, but yeah, we're in a cricket shop in Leicestershire, in the Leicester City Centre Cricket Academy. There's some people staring into the shop at the moment, so just give them a quick wave. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the follow button on all of our channels. If you want to buy us a coffee, because we're putting some miles in now, aren't we? We're getting up and down the country. Then hit the link in our bio.
And if you want to host us.
Yeah, if you want us to come to your place, we'll come to pubs, we'll come to cafes.
We'll go to your house as well.
We'll genuinely do it from your mum's front.
Front porch.
Front porch. Let's go myself and try that.